Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday morning to you. Back again with 10 o'clock Monday morning motivation. If you've not joined me before, on Mondays, I come on for about 15 minutes, just sharing a quote, a thought, something to get you going, moving, and really revved up for your week. Listen, I know that we've got challenging things that we go through. We've got life that happens. And so we need a moment of inspiration, just a quick thought, a quick moment to help us reset and reorganize. I love this quote by Zig Ziglar. He said, motivation is like a bath. That's why we recommend it daily. Right. So for those of you that are here with me this morning, again, we're going to share something that hopefully will make you think and just really get you moving again for today. So my quote for today is this. My quote for today, and I'll jump right in. My quote for today is this: the same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. It's what you're made of and not the circumstances. Right? I'll say that one more time. The same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. It's what you're made of and not the circumstances. Now, I absolutely love that because it reminds me, I've come through quite a few different stories or a lot of different conversations where people say, oh my gosh, Robert, I can't do this because of my circumstance. I can't do this because of where I grew up. I can't do this because of my brother and my mother. I can't do this because of my work situation, right? I had a conversation with someone a few weeks ago, and they were in a certain position at their job and they wanted to move up, but they just didn't feel like their boss liked them. Right. And so they said, you know what, I'm just going to suck it up and I'm going to stay in this place for a long time because my boss just doesn't like me. I don't know if you've ever felt like that. You've ever felt like you can't do something because somebody's against you or somebody doesn't like you. Right. So the conversation that I had with this person was, you know what, that is a feeling that you're having, and I'm not denying or minimizing feelings. But your feelings do not equal your possibility, right? I like to say sometimes feelings ain't facts. Your feelings do not equal your possibility. How you feel or how you think or how you assume somebody feels doesn't always equal the opportunity, the potential, or the possibility that you have. And so I asked them to have a conversation with their boss, or I asked them to have a conversation about what their possibilities would look like and what it would take in order for them to move up. And so they got their guts, right? And they had a sit down with their boss, and the boss said to them, ultimately, you know what? It's not even that I don't like you. This job is stressful for me. The boss said to them, I'm not sure I like this job. And so the person said, oh my gosh, okay, I kind of felt like you were pointing this at me. And the boss says, no, I'm figuring some stuff out myself. I'm not sure how long I will be here. But you're doing well. So here's what you need to do in order to move up. And so sometimes we make assumptions about our circumstances. We make assumptions about why people treat us the way that they do. And so we cause those, we feel like those things keep us back, right? And ultimately what happens is it's what's in here. We create stuff in here, and that's what holds us back. So I love this quote again: the same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. Why is it that some people can thrive in certain circumstances and others? It's right here. It's the same circumstance. It's the same boiling water. It's the same challenge. Now, that doesn't minimize that one person might have a broken leg, one person might be taller, one person might be starting from further back. That doesn't minimize that. What it does say is that the situation itself doesn't keep you from deciding mentally that you're going to address it or move forward. There's this great book that I read several years ago by Angela Duckworth. It's called Grit: The Power of Passion and Perseverance. I've put a link in the description or in the status or whatever it is, the abstract, this big word. I put a link there if you ever want this book. It's called Grit: The Power of Passion and Perseverance. And Angela Duckworth did this study on why is it that some people are able to push through and really get to a certain level of success or greatness. And it came down to the power of grit. She actually had what I don't remember what it was called. I think it's called a grit meter or something like that, right? It's just that there are some people that are willing to say, listen, I am not going to quit. She talked about Michael Phelps and how Michael Phelps he's blessed. He's talented physically, right? He's a great swimmer, partly because of his body and the way that his torso has a certain length, right? And he's got larger hands, and so those function as greater flippers. And so that is a talent that he has. But if Michael Phelps one day decides that he's not going to do the work, or he comes up against a challenge and he decides that he's not going to push through it, then he becomes just like the rest of the other swimmers. He doesn't stand out. He's not great. He doesn't have he's not ahead of them. He's not a champion because he didn't access his grit. He didn't access his mindset. He didn't decide that he was going to do the work and do what it takes in order to reach the level of greatness that he wants. So that greatness that you can reach, the potential that you have, it's inside of you, but you access it with grit, right? I think it's Eric Thomas that said work beats talent any day of the week, right? If I can outwork you, but you've got more talent than I do, I'm going to get further. It might be easier for you to get there just because you're talented. But if you're talented and you're not willing to do the work, then you're not going to get there. If I've got less talent than you, but I'm willing to work twice as hard, 3 times as hard as you, then I'm going to get there. So again, this is what it is here, right? The same boiling water that softens the potato hardens the egg. It's what you're made of. And it's not only what you're made of, it's what you choose to do. It's who you choose to be. So the question for you this morning is, who will you choose to be today? Will you choose to be better, or will you choose to be bitter? Will you choose to be somebody who is going to grow, or will you choose to be the person that you were yesterday? Another quote this morning, Lewis Carroll says, "It's no use going back to yesterday. I was a different person then." A lot of times there are some of us try to get back into status quo. We try to, for the good old days, we try to do what we did yesterday. We try to stay in that same position, that same place. But if you're going to go towards your goals, if you're going to get greater, if you're going to reach potential, then yesterday is gone. Yesterday is gone. Right? You were a different person yesterday. So the question that I ask myself each morning is, okay, what am I going to do today that is going to make me different than yesterday? What am I going to do today that's going to make me better than yesterday? What's the growth item? What is my growth element? What is the thing that I'm going to do today in order to be better? That's the question. That's all I got for you this morning. As I said, it's a really quick Monday morning motivation. Hopefully you are somebody who is going to hang out with me and join every Monday at 10 a.m. because that's what we're doing. So I'll just jump up with our quote again for this morning. It's the same boiling water that softens a potato and hardens the egg. It's what you're made of and not the circumstances. What are you going to do today to access your grit? What are you going to do today to shift your mindset? What is one small thing that you can do today to grow? That's all we've got. Join me every Monday morning at 10 a.m. for Monday Morning Motivation. Subscribe here, rk3tv.live/subscribe. Okay, I'm looking at a couple of points here. Terry Brock is saying, yep, we can't live in yesterday, hoping for the imagined good of then. Living in today and stretching for tomorrow is the way to live. Yeah, thank you, Terry. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. All right, so glad to have you with me this morning. Let me get the music going once again. All right. Yeah, so glad to have you join me today. I look forward to hanging out with you next week, Monday. Do me a favor, this afternoon at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll have a fabulous guest on for the What's My Story podcast, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the RK3 TV channel. You can join me here on Facebook as well and on LinkedIn. The What's My Story podcast, my guest today, Bill Ryman, has had that life where he had football injury. He had, what else did he have? He had divorce. He had quite a few different things that could have affected him in a certain way, but he flipped all of that, turned that around, and became a successful real estate investor. So you want to hear that story. You want to hear his story. So join me today, this afternoon at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the What's My Story podcast, live video podcast. I'll see you there at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll see you again next week, Monday, for Monday Morning Motivation, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace. I'll see you.